Hey there, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Violet Vixen. We're back with another sweet treat and it is yummy, made with ice cream and a little bit of caramel. Nice and easy. Technically a no cook, even though you're cooking something. Alright, so here's what it's called. Caramel swirl ice cream loaf. It's exactly that. Ice cream with a swirl through it, made into a loaf. So come on in and I'll show you what we need. All right, now the recipe is telling me to do the melting and stuff in the microwave, but I'm more confident doing it on the stovetop, so we'll do it that way. Alrighty, so ingredients are 2/3 of a cup of sweetened condensed milk, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of golden syrup, 30 grams of chopped butter, and a litre of vanilla ice cream softened. I went into Aldi, I couldn't buy a 1 litre of vanilla because everything's already got awesome stuff through it. So that was actually a 2 litre and I was quite impressed. It was their top of the line 2 litre one. And it actually had a line down the middle so you could cut it to make it into a litre. So 10 out of 10 for that. That made it a lot easier for me. Okay, so this is basically a make it, put it in the freezer, freeze it overnight. So if you want it for dinner or dessert that night, make it in the morning. If you don't care when you're having it, start it in the night time. All right, you need a loaf pan, grease it, line it. Obviously, if it's a bit bumpy, you're going to have bumps in it, but that just adds character, so don't worry too much about it. All right, into the microwave safe pan or container or saucepan, whichever you prefer. We're adding the condensed milk. Now, you don't use a full tin of condensed milk. Leftover condensed milk is good in coffee to sweeten it. I just made a coffee, but it's got cream in it, not condensed milk. All right. Also, we need the butter. We're going to grab the 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I haven't measured those out yet, but that's pretty easy to do. One, 2, and a tablespoon of golden syrup. All right. And melt this in the if you're doing this in the microwave, it's about 3 to 5 minutes or until it is thick and golden. If you're doing it on the stovetop like me, you just stir it until it's thick and golden. Microwave's quicker, but I just like doing it this way. Alright, I'll be back when this is on the stovetop. Okay, so here we are. Just grab a big spoon. I'm starting it on 6 just so that it can start and heat quicker. It probably won't take as long on the stovetop as well. Once it starts to get warm, then you can back the temperature off. Now, if you are doing this in the microwave the 3 to 5 minutes, I would suggest that you turn it off every now and again and give it a bit of a stir. You just want to make sure that everything's caramelizing nicely. And with the ice cream, you want to make sure that's softened but not melted, because we're not trying to fully melt it, we're just trying to soften it. So there's a bit of a difference between those two. So probably not a good one to be making on a summer's day because you will get it a bit too melted. But if you're making it on a winter's day, you've got to allow for a bit more time for it to soften. Alright, how are you going with yours? It's just starting to mix through now. Beautiful. Alright. I think the ice cream is at about the consistency that I want it. It's a bit hard to see it, but there we go. Not too soft and not too firm. So we're basically just going to stir the caramel through it, so it looks like when you buy that ice cream with the swirl through it, it's exactly what it is going to be looking like. Alright, I think that's starting to melt along nicely now. So once it is melted, we're going to allow it to cool for 15 minutes. So we want to get it pretty hot so that we can get it to cool quicker. So just keep stirring it. If it's in the microwave, you'll be stirring it every 30 seconds. Okay, now that the caramel's all melted, pop your timer on for 15 minutes and take it off the heat, take it out of the microwave, set it aside. Just make sure it's fully melted, all the butter, and we'll be back in 15. Okay, so this part is nice and easy. We've got our melted ice cream, we've got our caramel. Quite simply, all we're going to do, put the caramel in, swirl it through. Best way to swirl it through is to actually grab a butter knife. You know, the one that you use for your toast, that one. Swirl it away. Perfect. Alright. When you're happy with it swirled through, it's actually melted quite a lot. And it's not hot, by the way. In she goes. Alright. Once it's all in, smooth the top off. Best thing to use is probably that spoon that we had earlier. Okay, now this quite simply just goes in the freezer about 8 hours or overnight. I don't think I'll be getting up in 8 hours to have this, so it'll be a tomorrow night treat. Alright, nice and simple. Thank you for watching Cooking with Violet Vixen. This has been Caramel Swirl Ice Cream Loaf. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll catch you on our next adventure. Bye!